Case of the Hamiltons.
Thank you so much. You all may be seated. Ms. Hamilton, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to request a child support modification.
Oh my God.
Preferably an increase in child support.
Okay.
From Mr. Hamilton.
All right. And what is the basis of your increase?
Well, he seems to never have time.
Wait a minute, pause. What is all of this going on over here?
Can't believe she got me.
The session begins as the judge calls the court to order. The case is now before Judge Vaughn, and we are introduced to the dispute involving Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton. The opening of a courtroom typically involves formalities, and here we can already sense the tension that will unfold. The session begins as the judge calls the court to order. The case is now before Judge Vaughn, and we are introduced to the dispute involving Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton. The opening of a courtroom typically involves formalities, and here we can already...
Do you have something else to do?
No, I'm
okay.
good. Go ahead.
So as long as you're going to sit there, you're going to behave, okay? Okay, thank you. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, it seems like he never has time for his kids, and...
How many kids do you all have?
We have 2 kids, Your Honor.
Okay. Were you all ever married?
Never married.
Okay.
I don't have time for a whoremonger.
A who?
A whoremonger. He's a whoremonger.
Okay, you know what? We're not even here to address what...
Sense the tension that will unfold. The judge instructs everyone to sit down, signaling that the proceedings are about to begin. Mr. Hamilton is asked to explain why he's seeking a modification in child support, setting the stage for the case.
We're here to talk about a modification in child support, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Your
so
Honor.
let's stay focused on what we're talking about. Continue.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just feel like...
Don't apologize. Just do what I asked you to do and continue.
Yes, ma'am. I just feel his ways, are interfering with his time that he's supposed to have with his kids. And I'm requesting an increase because...
So you're requesting an increase because...
He doesn't have time. And if he doesn't have time, that means he has new clients. And new clients equals more money.
let me first of all, let me just say this. I'm getting ready to put some brakes or something on you because you are just really fidgety over here. Just come to you. You are going to have your opportunity to speak. Thank you. I didn't say be a man.
Mr. Hamilton explains that he's requesting a modification, particularly an increase in child support. This is a common reason parents might come to court, especially if they believe that the child's needs or the other parent's financial situation has changed. Mr. Hamilton explains that he's requesting a modification, particularly an increase in child support. This is a common reason parents might come to court, especially if they believe that the child's needs or the other parent's financial situation has changed. The judge asks Mr. Hamilton for the reasoning behind his request. Mr. Hamilton starts to explain.
Okay, now ma'am, his clients, his women, you called him a whoremonger, all of that. That is not a legitimate basis for wanting a modification in child support. Let me help you a little bit. Do you know that he's made more money or something?
Yes, I'm quite sure that he has made money. Maybe I should not get so personal.
Yes, please don't, because I don't have time, and quite frankly, that has nothing to do with me, and I do not care. We need to know about the money, so let's start again.
And it seems that the issue is that he feels the other parent is not spending enough time with their children. This introduces an emotional element as parenting time and child support often go hand in hand. Tension rises as Mr. Hamilton seems frustrated. The judge quickly intervenes, reminding everyone to stay calm and behave appropriately in the courtroom. This is a crucial moment that highlights the importance of maintaining order during legal proceedings.
He's made more money.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're getting somewhere now. What does he do for a living?
He's an accountant, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to move to him, okay? Now, sir, Mr. Can't Be Still. How much money do you make a year?
70.
$70,000, okay. And let me ask you this. Why haven't you been spending any time with your kids?
I do spend time with my kids. I don't know what she's talking
Define
about.
how you spend time with your kids. What do you
Let's see. Taking them to Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
Cooking.
Okay, that's
taking them to the
parenting.
park.
Okay.
Fun stuff.
Okay.
Mr. Hamilton explains that he and the other party were never married, which often complicates child support cases. The number of children involved is also clarified. 2 children in this case. The emotional tension in the courtroom continues. to rise as personal insults start to surface. The judge quickly intervenes, reminding everyone that the issue at hand is child support, not personal grievances. This intervention helps steer the focus back to the legal matter.
No, we're going to focus on the kids, not your adult extracurricular activities, okay? So let's keep it focused on the kids. So you're spending time, y'all cook, y'all do all those things together, okay, ma'am.
See?
Now you heard me, excuse me. I'll fix that, okay? Now you heard me say something to him about speaking out of turn, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to need you to put a muzzle on that mouth.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Sir, now, you make $70,000 a year now, correct?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just making sure your documents that you turned in are accurate.
The judge points out that if the other parent isn't spending time with the children, it might be because he's busy with work. The suggestion is that his job, which seems to be a source of income, might be affecting his ability to be a parent. The judge addresses the ongoing disruptions in the courtroom and stresses the importance of maintaining decorum. She gently asks Mr. Hamilton's ex-partner to stay calm and be patient, further emphasizing the need for respect in the legal setting.
That you turned in are accurate and correct. I see 70,002 kids. Okay, who covers health insurance?
I do.
How much is health insurance?
102.
102. Okay, so you're gonna keep that same health insurance, okay?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes,
Don't drop the kids or anything because you're upset with her.
Rufus will be the one to drop it since he's so little.
You know what? Rufus is not in here. Is Rufus the father of either of these kids?
No.
The judge addresses the inappropriate personal comments about Mr. Hamilton and redirects the focus to the real issue, money. She asks if there is evidence that his income has increased, as that could be a legitimate reason for requesting an increase in child support. The judge clarifies that she wants to focus on the financial aspects of the case. Mr. Hamilton's ex-partner confirms that he works as an accountant, and the judge now asks how much.
Rufus, and we're not going to talk about his clients, okay?
Yes.
Because quite frankly, I don't want to hear it. It has nothing to do with this, unless Rufus is going to give you some extra money for these kids.
Too short.
Okay, his height has nothing to do with his ability to make money, sir. Nothing. All right, so based on my calculations of the $70,000 a year, I have your gross at $5,800. Then you say you all have 2 children?
Yes.
The judge asks Mr. Hamilton how he spends time with his children. He responds by mentioning some common activities, such as going to Chuck E. Cheese and cooking together. This is a point of contention, as the other parent feels he is not spending enough time with the kids. Mr. Hamilton brings up the issue of his ex-partner spending time with someone named Rufus, suggesting that she's not as dedicated to the children as she claims. The judge quickly intervenes.
Like that, just 2 total?
No, she just got Rufus. We can add him on to that.
We're
too.
not adding
And you know
Rufus.
you have outside
Rufus
kids. I don't know what you're setting over there lying for. You know you got 2 kids
ma'am.
and probably one on the way. Yes, Your
Do you
Honor.
hear me speaking?
Yes,
She
Your Honor.
look pregnant right now.
You know
so I don't
what?
know.
That's
I like your
now I
nerve
see why
on
you
shiny
guys
head
could
tail.
never be married. Excuse me, I think I'm talking. Last time I checked, this was my courtroom, right?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay, so I don't need you all talking to each other because it's obvious why the 2 of you are not together. Okay? So I have your gross at $5,000.
The conversation turns personal again, with both parties making accusations about each other's parenting and living situations. The judge wisely redirects them, emphasizing that these personal issues are irrelevant to the current case. The judge acknowledges that it's not uncommon for children to express preferences, but any custody changes must be addressed in a custody court, not in a child support hearing. The judge wraps up the case as both parties have had their say. The child support issue is resolved, but the matter of custody.
Your net at $4,638.68, and you pay health insurance for the children. Excuse me. So you pay health insurance. How much is health insurance?
102.
102. Let me make sure I give you a credit for that. So with the credit, child support is $1,043.70. Sir, is there anything wrong? Did I say something wrong? Because you do understand that child support is based on a calculation.
A final comment is made about Rufus, who is not part of the court proceedings, but has been the subject of much personal discussion. The judge wisely avoids further mention of him. Now we transition to the educational segment of the show where Vonda Bailey, the lawyer, explains the key legal concepts behind the case we just witnessed. This section is important for viewers who want to understand the law better.
An amount of money that you make, correct? That was a question I need you to answer out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is there's nothing further? Anybody have any more questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Can you just make him see his kids more instead of just putting them on the back burner? Yes.
Well, I can't necessarily make him do that. I can't order him to do that because this is not custody court, okay? I will
She's
encourage
not even
you,
there
sir.
when I have the kids.
Okay, sir.
Vonda explains what will be covered, detailing how income, child support, and legal processes work under Texas law. This part helps viewers understand the steps the court takes in calculating child support. Vonda starts by summarizing the case. Mr. Hamilton is an accountant, and the discussion has centered around whether he will be ordered to pay child support based on his income. This serves as a practical example for the audience.
What were you saying?
She's not there when I have the kids, so she don't know what I'm doing. And I'm
I
not
agree
coming
with
to her
that.
dirty house.
You know what? We're not talking about the cleanliness of her house. I agree with that. You don't necessarily know what he is doing with the kids, but sir, I encourage you, not saying that you don't, I do encourage you to spend some time with your children, okay?
I can show you pictures on my phone right now, videos. She don't know.
Right, because
She
she's
just-
worried
oh,
about
I t-
Rufus, right?
exactly.
Vonda simplifies the child support calculation process for viewers, explaining that it's based on a straightforward formula involving income, health insurance, and the number of children. Vonda encourages viewers to share their own experiences and engage with the channel. She reminds everyone that the show is about understanding real-life legal issues and invites the audience to participate. The episode concludes with applause and music, signaling the end of the case. Viewers are left with a clearer understanding of the child support process and are encouraged to stay connected for more insights.
Or not. We're here to talk about a modification in child support, right?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Your
so
Honor.
let's stay focused on what we're talking about. Continue.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I just feel like...
Don't apologize. Just do what I asked you to do
Yes,
and continue.
Yes, ma'am. I just feel his ways, are interfering with his time that he's supposed to have with his kids. And I'm requesting an increase because...
So you're requesting an do you have something else to do?
No, I'm
Okay.
good. Go ahead.
So as long as you're going to sit there, you're going to behave, okay? Okay, thank you. You may continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, it seems like he never has time for his kids, and
How many kids do you all have?
we have 2 kids, Your Honor.
Okay. Were you all ever married?
Never married.
Okay.
I don't have time for a whoremonger.
A who?
A whoremonger. He's a whoremonger.
Okay, you know what? We're not even here to address